Hello and welcome everybody on this presentation in Germany. It's a beautiful sunny day in Dubai, where we have our founder and CEO. I believe it is sunny always, so we don't even have to doubt that. I welcome everybody on this call from so many places. So this is going to be recorded. As well, it is of course live stream right now and also be put onto YouTube and all the other social media. My name is Claudia Eifert and I'm going to be your host, and I'm going to walk you through the presentation a little later after we have our wonderful founder and CEO of Utopian Global, Bill Rowell, coming onto the call. And I know for all of you, it has been, I believe, a beautiful summer, at least here in Europe. Wonderful weather we had, hadn't we? I certainly enjoyed it. And Dubai was a little bit getting too hot, so I'm glad that I could spend my time here in Europe. But I welcome everybody again calling in, because there's lots of people coming on board as we do speak. So this is again how we're going to do it. We're going to basically have our founder and CEO coming on to the call. And then I am going to give for all the new people on the call, and for some of the people who have maybe even seen it already, the presentation and the update on Utopian Global. So with that, no further ado, I would like to introduce the founder and CEO live from Dubai, Bill Rowell, to the call. Hello, Bill. How are you?
Hi, Claudia. I'm great, thank you, and thank you for hosting today's call. It's been some time since I've been able to connect to all our members around the world, so very grateful for that, and grateful for everyone who's been attending this particular call.
Fantastic. How's Dubai treating you? There's a lot of buzz around. I think it's going to be a big year, especially with the FIFA World Cup coming to Qatar, of course, where Dubai, I think they're going to stay and celebrate.
Well, as you know, Dubai for me is really, as you know, it's a business hub. It's a great location demographically in the world, and it's been, since COVID actually, it's probably one of the first countries that really came out of the COVID, let's say, recession or pandemic. And it's really been an engine here in one sense. It's a very, very busy strategic area here. So in that sense, it's been great. Hotels are full. Prices are going up in the hotels, I'm told. So yeah, there's a lot happening in this part of the world, as there is in many parts of the world. Geopolitics, supply chain issues, many things happening in the world, but we're doing well. We're still on our targets. So that's great to see, given what we've been through the last few years, and also given just what's happened in the last month with some billion-dollar companies around the world going under, which shocked all of us. I know you follow this very closely, Claudia. So, you know, we're very, very fortunate in that sense with a very experienced team, and we don't expose ourselves to high risk. We deal with real assets, which is an important thing.
And it's very interesting. I mean, you and I, we have been running those webinars or Zoom calls, you name it, since literally end of 2007, right? You know, being in the gold market, we knew basically back then there was a huge crash coming, which was, of course, the 2007, 2008, the huge crisis there, the housing collapse and all of that stuff. Well, you certainly have talks again about that. So we are certainly in the midst of the next big, probably bigger bubble, which is going to burst. I mean, we see here prices, it's just going for the roof. I mean, this is abnormal. It's just absolutely crazy. So, I mean, like myself, I'm surprised every time, because I'm sort of a little bit, sometimes I feel out of the loop in one sense, because when you live in your bubble in Dubai, you know, you don't really see what's going on. You see what's going on, obviously, in that part of the world, the bustle and the, as you say, like the thrive and the businesses and the growth and the explosion. But then you come here to Europe and you're like, oh my God, this is like, for me, oh my God, this is a huge shock. It's just a different world. I mean, when you see it, then you go shopping and you go and you talk to people, you talk to ordinary people, you talk to business owners, small, big, just a normal average, person. And wow, it's a lot happening here, right?
Well, for sure. Well, again, geopolitics is a huge discussion because we spend the whole day with voicing our opinions, and who's to say our opinions are correct in that sense. But one thing's for sure, the EU policies and many of the Western policies are very, very different to this region of the world. They're very business orientated. It's a very multicultural country here, and I deal with people from all different nationalities here, which is fantastic, and all just trying to do the best, all trying to pay the rent, send money back home to their families, which is fantastic. And I'd say that's the main focus here. They're not getting caught up in all this other noise in the outer parts of the world, which is, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying what happens here in that respect. I mean, the world is changing very fast, and I think overextension on leverage, debt has caused, as we saw, just these billion-dollar companies collapsing. Leverage was a huge factor there. So it's a reminder to us, while we're living in so-called prosperous times, where many people live from debt, don't overburden yourself with debt, and get involved with real assets which are of high demand and which have real value. And then it can never go to zero. A token backed by nothing can go to zero, correct? As we're seeing. So we're busy on that in the precious stones. We're busy on that as per Dinesh, our strategic officer here, banker, on the silica quartz mine as well. And people may have seen recently, a couple of months ago, I was back in Australia and had a meeting in Sydney with B Media, which is an Animoca brand. People in the crypto world may know Animoca brand from the gamification and different things. So we're in discussions with them. We haven't signed, we've got a letter of engagement with them. We haven't signed that yet. We're still in negotiation with them. So there's some interesting projects that we're still looking at in this sector as well. But we want to do everything that's backed by real assets. So we have asset protection behind us rather than just speculation on air tokens in my sense. That's just, as an old investor, I like to invest in things that have real asset value, and we like to be able to pass those opportunities on to people around the world. That's primarily always been the mission of Utopian Global, and we started this in 2008. So we've been in the game of precious metals a long time now.
Absolutely. I mean, and Bill, the last call we had, I think this is now a couple of months ago. This was still when we had a lot of course people saying, well, this in the crypto markets, you make so much money, and wow, and those earnings and DeFi and so on. Of course, this whole world sort of collapsed now. Not saying that crypto is going backwards or so. No, it's definitely going to be here to stay. But saying like, there's people with the high yields and huge yields, and God knows where they came from. So all this is of course gone. This noise is now, it's finished, it's over. And so we are almost 1 year now with Cashets actually, basically paying out a stable yield, which is really fantastic. And so the new sort of what I just, I'm very much into this industry, as you do know, and of course Dubai is the crypto hub of the world. So I'm certainly into that. And now the new is, if 30% yield is like super high, well, what have we been doing? We have been doing literally since almost a year now with Cashets, actually doing exactly that, but without this volatility and risk, of course, all this crypto has. And so, I'm really, really happy about what we have been doing the last few months. We may have been quiet in the background, building a lot. You may want to tell a little bit more about that. But that is certainly a really, really great achievement, given now the time that, the whole market way things have so fast, so changed. And a lot of those, so-called overpromise things actually are not anymore there.
Yeah, well, for sure. But our business model is a bit different. We're not just buying a product at a certain price and selling it at a higher price. Therefore, we have limited margins. We're involved in the whole complete process of the supply chain. So we're actually adding value to the raw material and then selling it to the retail market. And we're doing that multiple times throughout the year. So that gives us the opportunity to achieve high margins. And it's just like we're not harvesting wheat and just selling a bag of wheat, and then you give it to a baker. The baker bakes his bread and adds the added value. we're involved in the baking process as well. We actually harvest the wheat and we're actually baking the bread and selling it to the retail sector. So that gives us, and we're doing that on a monthly basis. So that gives us the opportunity to actually achieve the higher margins. But it's true. I mean, if people said to me years ago that you could achieve 30% return, I would say that it's a scam. But in the crypto environment, 30% for a long, long time was said to be very, very low. People would say, why? We'd actually get a lot of information and calls that come into me. Why can't you pay more? The crypto will pay a lot more. And there's some out there that still may do that. But you raised the point, Claudia. Okay, what's behind it? What are they generating the yield from? I mean, a lot of them come from, of course, the fees and different things. But ours has always been, our model's always been to be backed by assets. So yeah. I just see John Gibson from UK is on the call. Hi, John. Long time since I've seen you in London, but glad to see you there.
Yeah, and so definitely hi John and everybody. Of course, we know who is calling on board. It's really great always to have you beautiful people there. Yeah, I mean, and that's the whole point. But the new theme in crypto, basically in the DeFi and lending and staking platforms, is well, 20% is like super. It's like huge. It's like big. 30% is like even bigger. It's like almost too big. Which is actually so much of a change just in a few months to when, of course, the hundreds and 200s and even 1000% was on the table. Now you have still a lot of companies who are coming out and they, whatever they promise those huge high gains, huge high returns. And, we have always been basically absent of that because, again, come and go. Unfortunately, most of them, they're not anymore around. So we are still around 15 years now. Of course, we had different products and different venues, and Cashets is almost like 1 year old now. There's lots of things going on, which going to be released, I believe, very soon in terms on the blockchain there, because there has been a lot of updates and changes, to be honest, on blockchain as well, what to use. Do you use layer 1, meaning like, or do you use a layer 2 because of cheaper fees and stuff like that? And so some people are wondering, well, why are you not yet there? Well, it's again, like, you got to, first of all, you got to build it. You got to build it absolutely super safe. So hacker proof, literally. But then you also got to see, okay, so, well, what is actually the best model to deploy it on? But that doesn't matter with earning and achieving the yields, because the yields are in physical asset trade, correct?
Yes, well, there's a couple of points to sort of speak about there. One point is managing risk in one sense, and it's really important because, I mean, the captain of a ship may not always see the coming storms, just like the Titanic never saw the well, they actually saw the iceberg too late, didn't they? We never want to put ourselves in that position, so we want to prepare ourselves. But there's things that happen. I mean, no one expected COVID to happen. Of course, that really affected supply chain and some different businesses, like the business in Texas that we had. That really affected that there. But it's still going while others have collapsed, which is fantastic. In fact, we have a call on that next week. And so managing risk is an important thing. Don't let greed be the temptation to you. Always balancing that. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, put money there, get your high yield, take your profits when the maturity of the contract comes up. Take your profits. Very, very important. Protect yourself there. We do our best, but mistakes can happen and markets can change without us realizing it. So make sure that you use a bit of common sense approach there. In respect to the blockchain, yes, I mean, the blockchain technology, it's absolutely fantastic. It's transparent, but the newer layers, of course, layer 1, layer 2, I'm no expert in this stuff, but security risks, we've had hacking in the past, haven't we? And great wealth has been stolen. So us selecting the right blockchain to put it on, even Ethereum, it changed a bit of its protocol. So we're about to deploy that. It's probably going to be a Polygon Magic, which is also very secure. So our team is, they're very much up to date with that. But again, that's just the proof of the actual purchase on the blockchain, which is set in stone. What's really important is the legal document that they have that connects the token of Cashets to the actual underlying assets that you're actually legally allowed to earn the yield. So you have a claim. That's important because many companies out there don't connect the token to a particular asset. So you're just buying the token, but there's nothing behind it. So if something did happen, you've got no legal claim. Well, in our terms, when you're actually buying a share, that is actually there. It's a drafted legal document from the BVI by the lawyers there specifically for that. So we like to try and do this right. And this whole area in crypto, it's fast moving. It's still very, very young. It's very, very young. I mean, when did Bitcoin come out? 2008, 2009. And many of these other layers that you're speaking about and investments, tokens are very, very, very new. So it's a very, very changeable. But one thing that's not new is investing in assets of real value. If you do that, and it's the right assets at the right time, it'll never go to zero. And that's always been our philosophy. And in fact, I was just speaking about gold and silver this morning. It's very, very interesting. I mean, gold and silver, considering what's going on in the world right now, high inflation. I mean, if you look at the US, for example, US dollar, the history of the US, what's it, 260 years old? Well, 50% of the monetary supply, out of 260-year history, 50% of the monetary supply was printed in the last 2 years. So all of the money supply of American history ever, 250 or 260 years, I think it is. 50% of that monetary supply was just printed in the last 2 years. So inflation, I mean, we know it's already there, don't we? And a lot more is going to come in the years ahead. So saving in paper is not the smart thing to do. You need to understand what money is, and paper currency is not one of them. You need to save in real assets, of course, just to be ahead of the inflation game. And the other thing is what the governments tell us about the inflation rate. Even though it's much higher than what it was, it's still nowhere near. They're not telling us the truth, because in the inflation, they do not include utilities such as oil and gas or heating, and they do not include food items. And where does most of your income go? It goes to utilities of your house, and it goes to your daily food consumption, doesn't it, for family? So there's many, many things happening on the horizons out there, but the best thing to protect yourself is diversification and things that have real asset value. I mean, gold is down. It's probably about 10 or 12% of its all-time high, which was this last year, earlier this year. And silver still hasn't broken its all-time high of 1980 or 2011. So it's still probably 60% off its all-time high of $50, and it's around about $17 or $18 now, I think. And even up to its last run, up to about $29.90, it's around 30% off. So I think these types of assets long-term, again, it's just, the gold and silver is a very small part of your portfolio. It's probably the smallest part, but it's highly liquid. You can sell back at any time, but it's wealth preservation. And I think silver, over the next 12 months, 18 months, people will double the money on that. I think it's a good thing to have as well. And it's highly liquid. You can sell back at any time. It's not like trying to sell a house in a recession market. It's much more difficult, correct? But you can buy and sell gold and silver in and out very easily. And at the prices right now, I think they're good buying levels. If it pulls back anymore, I'll be surprised. But if it doesn't matter. You just hold it a bit longer. It'll certainly come back into the money, and I think people will do well in that as well.
Absolutely, and that's why
this is not financial advice. This is just what I do myself.
Exactly, and Bill, I was just adding, wanted to add to that as well. This is what I'm doing actually since 2008. Well, 7 we started, but 8 when the platform was really live. Basically every month, sometimes every week, just a dollar cost averaging, meaning just buying more gold or silver. That's as simple as that. I do the same with Bitcoin, with crypto, some of the layer 1 cryptocurrencies. It's just your dollar cost average. You just buy a little bit more of your salary of what you're earning. And the great thing is, actually, with this platform, which I love so much, is I never paid for my gold or silver. I always had it for free. So I never put on my own money into buying my gold and silver. So and actually, I'm not doing it even for cash outs.
Well, let me just add on to that. We don't give Claudia anything for free. Let's just be clear about that. That's people may not misunderstand what you're speaking about there, Claudia. You work for your.
I got to tease you a little bit, right?
True, but you work for your assets. Primarily, what you're saying is that through the business model of the affiliate program, you take your commissions and your referral yield that you earn, and you convert that into further assets. You take some for yourself, probably to pay your daily living, and for your pairs of shoes that you like, and then you put the rest back into real assets again. So you're saving in real assets and not paper. So yeah, that's really what's the point. So I just wanted to verify that people don't think you're getting special treatment.
But I need to tease the people, because some people, they don't really get that, what we have, what a great platform we do have. It's very simple. You know, you share anyway things on a daily basis. Whatever you share, I mean, you recommend, and so why not doing here the same? And so this is what I have been doing since ages. I mean, as I said, like this is going on to for 2007-8, so we are in 2020, and this is finishing this year. So imagine so many years doing that. You know, I just basically collect my gold, silver, collect now my cashets, and that's actually fantastic. So imagine you all could do that, and imagine you could actually go even further. You could actually get your let's say your referral commission, and you can further compound that. You know, that's what we offer here with this platform, which I'm happy to introduce you in a little bit. A little while after our little bit of a chat after so long time with our founder and CEO. But that's just common sense. And you know what the great thing is? It's risk-free. It's absolutely risk-free. Risk-free because you can share it with other people and you can earn gold, silver, and cash apps.
You know, maybe, I mean, there's a lot of new people on this call, maybe you don't know my history, but primarily I've been in business since 1986, which is a long time, which means I'm a bit of an older guy now. But in the early night, I owned 4 hotels in Australia, in Melbourne, over 20-year period. But in the early 1990s, a businessman introduced me to the industry of network marketing. I had zero idea about it. He said, "Listen, Bill, I like the way you do your business at your hotel. Like, would you be interested in looking at another business model?" So I said, "Sure." So he came to my place, and he presented it to me. I didn't quite understand it. I didn't like his products, but I loved the concept that if you like a product, I need to get this bottle of water. If you like a product, maybe this is special water, whatever it might be, but if you like a product and it's you know, it has benefits for you, and you buy it, and then if you like it so much and you share it, I share it with Claudia, I'm going to earn a bit of commission from that. And I thought, this is ingenious. I mean, I buy these products anyway for the household. So why don't I buy from this particular place? And if they're good products and they do what they say they do, other people, I'll get my friends and colleagues to buy it, they'll buy it, I'm going to earn a commission. Now, Claudia knows this because she worked for the company. I met Claudia some years later. But I actually had the opportunity of meeting the owners of this US company in London back in maybe 98, was it 99, I can't remember now. Anyway, I got the rights to take the products to Germany. And over some years, we built an organization of over 50,000 members just consuming products. And while I didn't even know these people. I'm living in Australia, I had my businesses, but I had a few people in Germany that we knew. And I supported them, and we did all the translations and work, but they shared these products, and people really liked the quality of the products. So people bought them and used them. And here I am in another other side of the world, completely other side of the world, running my hotel business. At the same time, I'm generating a very significant income from people using these daily consumables. Now, with our business model that we have here, okay, we don't have daily consumables. If I was to buy this, or the shampoo, it's a nutritional drink, which I'm still involved with this company doing that, it's fantastic. But of course, you use it, and there's no more added value other than your well-being and your health, etc. The products we have are real assets, for example. This is where it's very, very different, such as your gold that Claudia is actually showing there. So for 30 euros a month, no doubt Claudia is going to present this, for 30 euros a month, you have a global international business where you can buy gold and silver at wholesale price, where you're able to invest in cachettes in a supply chain model, earn a very high yield. You can get out of it any time that you want, get your money back for 30 euros a month. I mean,
35.
is it actually, sorry?
35.
What's 5?
35 euros, sorry.
Sorry, 35 euros. I do pay mine, to be quite honest, so I should know that. I paid mine must be years in advance. But the point is, for 35 euros a month, it's very, very cost effective. There's basically zero risk. The price of a cappuccino, you own a global business, you have access to buy assets at wholesale price, assets of real value, and you'll be able to earn a high yield. So to me, it's a no-brainer. And you don't have to sign up an army, you don't have to sign up the whole school. One sense, you work with 4 or 5 or 6 people, good people who understand this principle, who understand the power of compounding. You work with them, you train with them, you hold some meetings, and you duplicate. Get them to do the same. And each person primarily is just putting out, you know, the 35 euros per month. Maybe they put some money into cachettes and start earning some yields from that, and also a little bit into gold and silver. And over a period of time, if you persist, most people don't persist, they give up. They give up. But if you persist, there's so much leverage involved in this model. And our pay plan was designed by Mike Sheffield from the Sheffield Resource Network in Scottsdale, Arizona. We had that design maybe, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 years ago. Cost us a lot of money, about I think it was $50,000 or $60,000 back then we paid to get this pay plan designed by an expert. And it's fantastic, you know. So that's primarily what I've got to say to the new people. So I've been involved in this game a long time, but I love the concept of real assets. But one last story before I go. I remember one person who was delivering our products to my place in Melbourne, and the driver happened to ask me. He said, "What is this?" He says, "I'm delivering this everywhere, these products. What is it?" I said, "Hasn't anyone ever spoken to you about this, what we do?" He said, "No." I said, "You have time for coffee?" He said, "Yes." So we unloaded the truck of my products that I bought, because I was to buy quite a bit. And we went and had a coffee. I showed him, signed up on the spot. The challenge of people, they join up a referral marketing company. First, you've got to learn, before you even join up, you've got to understand why you're joining up. What's your why? Do you like what we do? Is the team good? Would it be something that you would share, would like to share? But then you've got to share it. If you don't talk to people and refer it to people, you're not going to grow your affiliate business. And the only reason you'd sign up to be an affiliate, to buy a package, if you wanted to be an affiliate, otherwise you wouldn't do it. You just sign up as a free account, okay? And buy your products and services as required. So that's my little bit of take on it. But do not underestimate the life-changing effect that this business model can have on people's income, because earning an extra $500 or $600 or $700 or 1,000 euros per month is not that difficult when you understand the business model. And I know Claudia does trainings on this. But Claudia, I've got a call coming up in 30 minutes. I know you want to do your presentation first and want me to be there for Q&A. So maybe I should be quiet now, pass it back over to you, because I could talk about this industry all day, as you know.
Yeah, that's fine. And we're gonna,
that's
fine. We're gonna anyway separate out the presentation and then put it separately, of course, onto the social media as well there. But yeah, but thank you, Bill. Of course, we can talk for this for ages, because you know, this is the whole point. I mean, it's all about this leverage. I mean, let's say in the affiliate system, YouTubers building up their following, their community is nothing else. Then they, of course, want them to sign up as a subscription whatsoever, so they make some fees with that. Well, why can't you basically do the same, but at the same time you actually can accumulate a real product, a real asset which never goes to zero, and at the same time you can actually get involved into cash, get exposure into crypto, but without the volatility of crypto. And this is actually my word to the presentation: without the volatility of crypto. So I'm going to actually now share my screen here quickly and do the presentation. As you see, Utopian Global invest in assets the smart way, and it's really your entry into a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Why? Well, because literally everything, every business module, everything, you know, you name it, every industry will eventually in some form or another be exposed to blockchain. There's no question about that, right? Some people, they don't really understand it, and that is totally fine. This is like the internet. When the internet started in the 70s, until basically people were using it, really, it was the late 90s. So it literally took 20, even for some 30 years, that it's widely adopted, right? And so this is the same in one sense when it comes to this new technology, which is called blockchain. And it's certainly an entry into a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So what we have created, obviously, here with Utopian Global and evolved from just very simply buying precious metals or saving into precious metals, we have evolved the whole platform to be a fully transparent digital asset platform that really generates stable income, bringing real-world physical asset trade to blockchain. So whilst you can save in money, which gold is money, everything else is debt, or everything else, as JP Morgan said, is credit. Gold is not just gold. Gold is actually money. Your paper currency is, of course, debt, right? And so, you know, rulers, empires, wealthy central banks, what do they own, or what do they diversify into gold or silver? So while we, of course, have been offering gold or silver since 2007, 2008, which is quite some years ago, we also have developed other products, always with the background in providing real assets, because we believe in creating value by offering real assets. We now use blockchain technology through a smart contract in order to pay high, really high yields actually from this physical asset trade. So which gives you a great income, which then gives you a great lifestyle. So Utopian Global, through this strategic partnership with Cashets, really bridges that gap, bringing real world income producing assets to blockchain through this single and innovative platform. So it's really your shortcut to wealth. And the team behind Utopian Global, obviously you have William Rowell and the team behind Cashets. We have Danish Wisri, we have who's the chief strategy officer. He looks for the investment, what are the investments to take on, which ventures to go into, etc., as well as the executive director, Mr. Syed Hussein. He also is in various developments on different real asset projects, and of course our legal and technology team there, and myself here on the marketing side of Cashets. We also do understand, of course, we are living in a very uncertain, different time, and we always spoke about uncertain times, but I believe nobody would have thought that we are actually heading towards the highest ever inflation. We are probably going into deflation, certainly a recession, definitely for that. And so we know, of course, a lot of people, they have too much debt, they are overspending, and obviously, I mean, too much debt, it was easy to get in because, you know, it was low interest rates all those years, all those recent years, right? And so they bought themselves, you know, a lot of things with taking on a lot of debt, and now realizing, you know, interest rates are just rising and they're going to rise more, they have to. A lot of people are stuck in an underpaying job. So the cost of living is continuously rising, and as I said, like the prices, you know, they literally have to change the prices all the time because they can't really keep up anymore with it. I mean, we just today we have 1st of September here in Germany, and we had the last few months it was actually subsidized, the petrol. Now from today on everything is more expensive again, but it is already so expensive. Yet there is no end of it inside. So it's just like growing more, it's getting more expensive, but yet your salary is not growing the same speed. A lot of people have no financial plan, and of course most people have no savings, or they are literally 3 months away from being broke. And those are unfortunate circumstances, but these circumstances we have always been talked to. You got to basically do something now. And this is now was back in 2007 and 8 when we already talked about it, because we already saw there was so much money printing happening. But as Bill just mentioned before, the United States just in the last 2 years have printed more than 50% of all its money ever issued since the initiation of the United States dollar. So more than 50% in the last 2 years. Well, where do you think that it's going through? Your basically money becomes toilet paper, right? It doesn't buy you nothing anymore. And this is where we are heading. That means you need to work faster, just in order to buy less and less and less. Makes no sense, right? So inflation is at all-time times high. Banks give almost no interest. Now, bank fixed-term deposit, you know, you can maybe make up to 1.5%. In some banks, most of them, they're not paying nothing anymore. You have to pay the banks, like here in Germany. Traditional investments like real estate, you know, in a good location, they can pay you 8% per annum maybe, but then you have inflation rate, which is higher than 8%. So, you know, literally you're not even break even. So you're losing again on this end. When we look at the stock market, which has been doing very well, of course, the recent years, but now, of course, it's certainly obviously going into a struggle and into a downwards trend. The same as with the crypto market at the moment, even though I'm super bullish for it, at the moment we are in a downturn. We have, of course, the CeFi, centralized finance, or DeFi, decentralized finance platforms, you know. They're great. I mean, I'm all for it, but they're very confusing to the new person. They are very volatile as well, and there's lots of rug pulls and scams and whatnot, what we just have seen the last few months. So for the new person entering, let's say, the crypto market, they're overwhelmed. They just don't get it. It's too difficult. And unless it is not made so simple and easy that everybody is going to understand it, they're just not going to touch it. And so this is where we come in, because we have something super simple, super easy. Everybody literally can do it if you have internet access and if you have, you know, let's say a smartphone, right? But one thing, and this is for sure, is that the banks of the future are going to be on the blockchain. Blockchain through, of course, smart contracts like the Cashets token. They can allow you to earn yield on a daily basis. This is what we have designed. All you need, again, is the internet access and a phone. And blockchain technology through those smart contracts is literally banking the unbanked, because you don't need to open a bank account because, you know, most of the population is still not even able to get a bank account. You know, they live in countries like in Pakistan, like in India, like in Bangladesh, like in Sri Lanka, wonderful countries, lots of people in different places in this beautiful continent of Africa. They have no access to that, yet they have internet, and sometimes much faster than even Germany, sadly, but this is the case. And they all have access, or they can have access to a smartphone. So therefore, banking the unbanked. And users can literally get some of the best rewards for their money because middlemen are eliminated from the equation. So what we offer through our platform, besides, of course, again, the precious metals, so gold and silver, which you can save in, diversify in, which never goes to zero, definitely not. And this is no, of course, financial advice, but that's the thing. I mean, gold and silver historically never has gone to zero, right? We offer, of course, crypto like earnings on your cash minus the volatility and the risk. And that is through Cashets. Cashets is a ERC20 digital token created on the Ethereum blockchain. This is probably going to be on the Polygon Matic when it is being released, meaning Polygon Matic is another layer, and that basically offers cheaper transactions. It's a yield-only token, so it's not speculative where you know, you put in X money and it's going to up high. No, we only do physical asset trade. From this physical asset trade, that is, of course, in different projects like the diamonds, like the silica mine, so mining of real minerals, and the earnings from that, well, they are paid out as form of yield when you stake your token in the Utopian global world. Very simple, not complicated. So with cryptos, of course, you have capital appreciation, and that's is really the result most investors are looking for. But staking is also another possibility that has become more and more popular. But of course, it's not applicable to all cryptos. Hence, of course, the rise of DeFi, or decentralized finance. So staking, you find a lot of platforms. You lock your Ethereum or your Bitcoin up, or your, I don't know, Solana or Matic Polygon, or you name it, all these different coins or tokens, better to say tokens. You lock them up, right? And they promise you get a yield because you lock them up. That means you're not going to sell them. They are locked. You can, of course, have access straight away to get them out. In some platforms, some of them not. They are fixed locked. So depending how you want, so there's so many different platforms. But then, of course, you have also a lot of other, problems with it. See, when we look in comparison Cashets to others, fixed value? Yeah, because Cashets has actually a fixed value. One Cashets token has a fixed value of 10 euro cents. A cryptocurrency, no, they go up, down, right? All the time. So you may lock your Ethereum down when it's $1,500, but then, you know, maybe in a half year from now, it's only going to be $700, right? So if you locked it up and they said to you, you're going to make a 10%, well, yeah, you may make this 10% on it, but your Ethereum is way less value now. And so again, I'm not against it. I'm actually I do that myself as well. I lock myself up, but I understand I need to diversify. Really, really key. And I understand I just have no volatility in that sense with our platform. Is it stakeable? Both Cashets and cryptocurrencies? Yes. Volatility, again, no. Risk, well, very low with, of course, Cashets, while, of course, with cryptocurrencies, very high volatility. I mean, there's so many platforms which just went bust down under. They don't exist anymore. And everybody would have sweared like just 6 months actually ago, wow, put all into that, it's going to fly and whatnot. And they're not anymore around. So asset backed, well, ours, yes, crypto, very few. Exchange fees, no, not really. Cryptocurrencies, absolutely instantly converted to cash. Absolutely. You just take it out of the wallet, you convert it back into cash, get paid out. Simple. Cryptocurrency, not all are instantly able to be converted back to cash. So what we do is we bring real physical asset trade to blockchain, which gives you a tangible and a revenue generation. So we use blockchain because it's a proven technology, which gives you DeFi similar returns. In fact, it gives you really great returns, up to 30%, even more, even up to 38%, 38.5%, if you take in consideration referral. So which is really amazing. And it's perfect timing because look, with all what's going on, demand in natural resources is just growing. It's just growing. I mean, the country which has natural resources, of course, is the big winner. Look at Russia with the oil now. I mean, they're laughing in our face, literally. Why? Well, because they have the oil. They have the natural resources. We won. So we have to pay them high, or we can't even get it anymore because they're not supplying us, right? So perfect timing and relative stable returns. Income opportunity, you build a business with us, well, you have low startup costs. What is it? Hardly 400 euros to get started a business. You can own everywhere in the world. You can do your business from anywhere in the world. In fact, I'm being on a huge conference, crypto conference next week in Portugal. Then I'm going to go to Greece. Then I'm going to be back in Dubai. And so, you know, everywhere I go, I can literally take my business. Pretty simple. I pay 35 euros a month. I didn't have to if I just wanted to become a customer. But, you know, I want to build a business and actually refer and also earn from my referring. So low startup cost, unlimited earning potential because there's no cap. Nobody tells me how many people I can share it with. Nobody does. Nobody does tell me how many people I introduced and they introduced and they introduced and so they introduced. I mean, how many people have I met or actually in the business, which I may even didn't meet, or maybe I just heard about, or because somebody else who I introduced or who somebody I knew I had introduced. I mean, it's just mind-blowing, right? So certainly this network effect and everything nowadays is going to be networks. Either you have and build trust, you have a network, or you have no work. I mean, literally, the new theme is like, well, why do you go to college or study or go to university? You have the best university on YouTube, right? You can learn, you don't need all of that anymore. You can literally learn anything you want like that. And then through the building of communities, building of networks, have the network effect. And when you have a good product or service, or you build a good product and service, you recommend it to other people, you know, you're going to make a lot of money. And certainly we have a really great world-class, consistent leadership with a very visionary entrepreneur with decades of experience here with Bill, Raul, but also with all the people on board of Cashets. And through the strategic partnership, we can offer you stable, secured, and strong financial returns through calculated exposure. So what is Cashets? Basically, in a nutshell, it's a cryptographic asset-backed token that allows profiting from trading intangible assets. They include real estate, construction, mining, industrial minerals, precious metals, diamond technology, renewables, food and beverage, fashion, and much more. So literally anything and everything. Now, we are not yet in anything and everything. No, we are, of course, right now into precious metals and industrial minerals and diamonds. So this is where our exposure is at the moment in. But of course, as we grow, we will expand our exposures, again, delivering you great, consistent returns. So imagine being really part of the future transformation in, let's say, energy storage, which is a big part. So definitely you will be having an exposure into Cashets. Why? Well, because this is exactly where Cashets is exposed to, into, of course, mines which produce a mineral or which mine a mineral which is needed literally in everything. Everything you see on this picture, the mineral is needed for. Battery technology without that mineral, unthinkable, not possible. My cell phone here, without this technology, not possible. My computer, as you see, semiconductors, solar panels. You want to go with the world and switch to solar? Well, you need this mineral. Microchips, carbide, ceramics, you name it. So we have an exposure into that. And Cashets really has a multi-layered approach to create this diversified, stable investment portfolio, which is, again, as Bill mentioned, focused on value creation. Our foundation, of course, lays on energy resource projects such as the silica products in that silica mine in Europe, renewables, metals, industrial material, construction. The core lays into transit trade, value chain, production, procurement, real estate, F&B, fashion, and electronics, and the high growth in the developing and the further developing of those minerals from, of course, the extraction to the finished product, the finished commodity. So taking those raw materials and putting it to the finish line, so to speak, diamonds, rare earth minerals. And Bill, our CEO and founder, he is a licensed precious metals dealer, as well as a licensed precious stone dealer. And this is really, really important. Now, obviously in Dubai, in the DMCC, the Dubai Multi-Commodity Center, you know, you got to have a license. In Dubai, everything is licensed. If you don't have a license, well, you can't do it. So some people, they have this misconception, oh yeah, we're going to be to Dubai. Well, if you are in the DMCC, the Dubai Multi-Commodity Centers, you know, you have to basically be compliant with that. I can tell you that. So there's two ways to earn, and that is passively and actively. First way is passively. So a lot of people, they say, you know, it's all too complicated. I don't want to refer. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to have my money at work. Perfect. Fine. You can do that. How it works? Well, as I said, each Cashets token, you know, has been assigned a fixed value. One Cashets is 10 euro cents, and let's say you put in 200 euros, well, you're getting 2,000 Cashets, right? And then you can stake them up to 12 months, meaning you lock them into a vault, into the Utopian Global Infinity Vault, and they're going to produce you a yield. Now, as soon as you take that yield out, obviously, then your contract finishes, just simply like a bank term deposit. If you finish the bank term deposit, well, your bank term finishes. You're not getting paid any more yield. You can put it in again, but then it starts a new contract. You can do that, of course, as well. So the highest yield are being achieved after 12 months. We have the possibility, of course, to earn the first yield after 1 month, and the second higher yield after 3 months, the third higher yield after 6 months, but the highest after 12 months. After 12 months, that's done, finished your contract, you're going to be paid out, and now you can decide what you do further. On call, of course, the funds are 100% callable. Please check the terms and condition. And in return for holding cash, you receive your daily yield. There's nothing hard about it. The longer you hold, the greater your earnings. Let's look at a bank term deposit in comparison, of course, with what we give. We have here a premium yield, a standard yield, a bank term deposit. What's the difference? Premium yield is the person who pays a 35 euro monthly. That also makes him available, basically, or able to refer people directly. Or you have the standard yield that basically it's a customer you cannot refer. You get your minimum yield, but it's still greater than any bank term deposit, greater than your returnings in real estate. So in many other avenues as well. Or you have your bank term deposit. So let's look at a 10K. You put in 10K, 10,000 euro investment in the bank term deposit. Let's say you would get a 0.65% return. Let's say an average return of that. That means after 1 year or 12 months, you made 65 euros on 10,000. Well, inflation, as we do know, is higher. Even let's say you get 1%, that would make you 100 euros on 10,000. Still, inflation is higher, meaning you actually lost. You actually minus at the end of 1 year. Well, with the standard yield, which is again like a customer, you don't pay the 35 euro, you just put in whatever you want. Let's say you put in 10,000 after 12 months, you earn roughly 17.04%. Or you actually made 1,700 euros. Not bad. You beat inflation for sure. So what did you have to do for it? Well, not really nothing. Just put the money down and set and forget, leave it, take it out after 1 year. Finish that. Simple, right? No complicated. Or you become a premium yield, pay your 35 euro a month. You can do that 1 year ahead if you wish so, no problem. Even 2 years ahead, however you want to do it. You can do on a monthly. After 12 months, 30%, 10,000, you earn 3,000. Not bad. 3,000 euros. So certainly you beating inflation. So think about it. Where are you going to park your money? How do you earn? Again, it's as simple as I said, earn up to 30%. When you basically have the 35 euro subscription, you become a member, and it's 100% callable. Again, look at the terms. 30 days, 90 days, 180, 365 days. This is when you earn highest. After 30 days, you earn a small yield, and that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Similarly, of course, like in other platforms. Just basically that this is asset backed, and this is actually real yield achieved from real assets. So it's literally personal finance without the middleman. If you're looking for a better way to fund your own retirement, well, after your initial investment with cash assets, by investing in a really face-to-face manner, over time, you could literally accumulate a considerable sum. And the great benefits is basically high returns. It's super flexible. You can get out anytime. You need the cash because you need the cash. Well, just click a button and do unstake your cash assets and then sell it back. Simple, not rocket science. You click a button. It is super flexible, low risk, professional managed, transfer available. You maybe want to put your granddaughter or grandson onto your will. You can do so. You can take profits whenever you want. No early exit fees. How is that? Or how does this stack up against your current pension plan? So you literally have crypto-like earnings on your cash minus the volatility and the risk. Again, as I said before, so it's super simple. By invitation, you open an account, meaning you go to a referral link from somebody who invited you to this presentation. Open your account, takes a couple of minutes. You can join as a free customer or you join as a subscribing member, however you decide. It's not me deciding, it's not Bill deciding, not the company deciding. You make your own decision. With a click of a few buttons after you have done your KYC, know your customer, know your client, meaning you need to upload your ID or your driver license, your passport, because we have to comply with regulations. Once you have done this, you open your account and you basically purchase, let's say, minimum investment 200 euros, your cash assets, and you start earning. Simple. You then can, of course, So you convert your funds, of course, into cashets. You stake your funds, they automatically stake, then you start earning the next day. And you cash out when you are ready. Again, like after 30 days is when basically the first yield is achieved. After 90 days, the second higher yield is achieved. After 180 days, the third higher yield is achieved. After 365 days, well, the highest yield is achieved. What happens if you take the money out a little bit earlier at 30 days? Well, you get your money back, but you haven't, the yield you have achieved, well, it's just on the paper. It's not, you can't really take it home because it only is after 30 days. You need to at least have 30 days your capital working for you in order to achieve yield. Okay, hope that is clear. Cashing out options, very simple. You can, first unstake your cashets, meaning you push a button, unstake them, take them out of the locked wall, and the euros then will be available in your e-wallet. At this point, you have a variety of options available. You will reinvest. Either you put that money into gold or silver, or you buy more cashets, you pay for your subscription, or you simply take out the cash. Whatever you want, it's up to you. You can get your money paid out, of course, if you purchased your cashets with Bitcoin, well, you can get paid out in Bitcoin. If you purchased it through bank wire, well, you get paid out, take out your money in bank wire. Very simple. Or you literally can do without ever having to leave the Utopian Global platform. And this will really save you both time and money. So now what? Go ahead and literally join the thousands of others and use, of course, the referral link. You were invited to this presentation. Again, just to give you a little bit of overview, you select your plan, standard yield, premium yield, affiliate. What do you want to earn? Do you want to earn highest reward or basic rewards or standard yield? As a standard yield and premium yield, you have no entry fee. As an affiliate, that means you become an affiliate. Besides the affiliation that you can actually earn yield when you refer people to cashets, you can also build a network, an organization where you earn from all your members you introduce who pay their 35 euro monthly, and from all your affiliates you would also introduce many levels down. You can literally build a side business on top, of course, on cashets and what you earn with cashets. As a standard yield, the monthly subscription, well, of course, you have none. As a premium yield, you have 35 euro monthly. As an affiliate, also. As an affiliate, you pay the 390 euro. You get also 1,600 euros, cashets valued in euros of 160. And as a premium yield, you have, and as an affiliate, you have a gold and silver wholesale price. You don't pay any fees when you withdraw. You have free storage. It's all included. That's why you pay the 35 euro monthly. Standard yield doesn't have that. And as a premium yield, paying the 35 euro monthly, you can also earn 6% annual yield from all the people you do introduce who buy cashets. So you can earn a yield, so on top of your 30%, you can earn another 6% from all the people you directly introduce. Now, as an affiliate, you can go one step further, because now you can earn an extra 2.4% on your indirect level, meaning the people you referred and they referred. From this second level, you earn an extra 2.4, which means then it's a 6.4% actually on top of the 30%, which you can earn when you're an affiliate. On top of that, you can build a network and literally have an unlimited earning potential. So all those people who buy gold for you or through your network, who buy the premium yield from you or through your network, and through building the affiliation. So which is really, really amazing. And as an, of course, affiliate, you also have a 14 days money back guarantee, and you have marketing materials and sales funnel, personalized website, all of that. So you literally can create your own economy and earn on terms to beat them all. Refer a friend and earn, so that you are one day closer to financial freedom. So pretty simple. Again, just to recap, share, enroll, earn from cashets. That is cashets. That's not the affiliate plan. From cashets, for each friend that you refer that purchase cashets, you earn 0.5% monthly on 0.5% monthly on their locked tokens. That monthly you are earning listen to that, that monthly you are earning, you can reinvest, you can compound. So you can, on a monthly basis, for example, today, 1st of September, if you have referred in the month of August people, or in the month of July people, or in the month of June people, or May, April, you can take this referral commission, which you're getting every month, as long as they are holding onto their cash into the world. You can take this each and every month, and you can further compound that if you wish to do so. Or you can just take out the cash and go with the cash and buy you some nice dinner, whatever you want to do. When you refer friends who refer their friends, you earn another 0.2% monthly on their locked cash token. So very simple. Or you become an Utopian Global Premium Affiliate, you earn premium yield and you grow your network. Have leveraged income, premium yield, earn up to 30%, and gold and silver simplified. Refer and earn, you as an affiliate can earn from all the people you introduced that buy precious metals from you. You can earn all your customers 5%, all your affiliates you introduced 1%. You can earn a uni level bonus. You can earn a gold leadership bonus. I even touched on that. You can earn from the Cashets token, and you can earn a fast start bonus. So let's say I refer tomorrow Frances, and Frances, she has been a customer with us, now wants to upgrade as an affiliate, pays the 390. Well, I'm going to earn another 132 euros because she upgraded as an affiliate, and because I am now going to help Frances to build this business, because it's my job. I'm getting paid for helping Frances, which I introduced, to build this business. Okay, that's what I'm getting paid for. Sounds fair? I think so, right? So we are getting paid because we are helping people to build their business and to show it to other people. Simple. That's why we get a commission. And you earn rewards based from Cashets on the total amount of funds invested into Cashets as a result of your efforts. And again, this is how it works. Each time you refer a friend who invests into Cashets, Utopian Global will pay you a 6% reward. If your friend then refers another fund to Cashets, not only Utopian pay them 6%, we will also pay another 2.4 for a combined 8.4%. So your referrals can invest as many times as they want, and you get paid every time. And this would also include direct referrals. So premium yield members get paid 6%, affiliate get paid 6 plus a 2.4, which is 8.4. So where from here? Very simple, you're one step closer. Choose your level of entry, purchase, start earning, optional, share, and accelerate your rewards. Need more info? Well, go back to the person who introduced you to this presentation. Very simple. In order to create amazing wealth, you got to understand what the wealthy people do. You got to understand the secret of wealth creation. And that is the wealthiest people in business don't trade their time for money. They don't do that. They have their money working for them. As John Paul Getty, once upon a time, the richest man on planet Earth, he said, I'd rather have 1% of the effort of 100 people than 100% of the effort of my own. It is leverage. Or Einstein, he said, this is the 8th world wonder: leverage. Apply leverage to achieve the biggest results with the least amount of effort, maximizing on people's time, effort, and resources. So this is the presentation for you guys today. I think I'm over time. I believe Bill is gone to this other commitment we had, or he had, so I'm not sure if he's still on. I don't believe that he is, but I want to say thank you again to each and every one of you. We're gonna do way more of those presentations. It is September. September is a great new beginning. It's not the best market for crypto. It's an amazing new beginning, and I hope that you're gonna take this to the next level that you make, of course, a informed decision, and basically make this step to build wealth for you. And I understand it's very difficult times. very different times. And therefore, more than ever, you need to do something because nobody will do it for you. That is a guarantee. Nobody will look out for you. No government will help you. You got to look out for yourself. So with that, again, this is not a financial advice. Well, what we showed you, this information, a disclaimer at the end. We are not financial advisors. We are just showing you a option. And this is what I have been doing. Obviously, Cashets is new, but gold and silver since 2007, 2008, and very, very well. So thank you with that. Oh, I see our CEO is still on the call. Bill, you probably had to reschedule. Maybe you want to say some closing words. I say thank you so much. And again, you're going to see me often now. I'm going to be in your face each and every week.
Well, thanks everyone joining today's call. And yeah, we look forward to more calls. And of course, we have the one next week as well, Claudia. So thank you for hosting today's call and arranging this. And of course, if anyone has any questions, please be sure to reach out to support@utopianglobal.com. Whatever the question may be, we're here to assist you. So thank you.
Very important. Just please reach out to support@utopianglobal.com. And please always check your spam emails because sometimes it goes to spam. So support is always replying you 24 hours. Yeah, just in case, always basically check your spam folders. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, day, or wherever you are. Thank you.